Okay, we're gonna say fact number 4. Okay, let me think. When I was 17, I lived on my own, and I went out to one of the clubs up in Hollandale, Florida, to see, what bands were playing and stuff like that. So, when I got to the bar, I pulled out my flea market ID that I had made earlier the day, and the bouncer's like, he's like, let me see your ID, and I'm like, here you go, and he takes it, and he's like, what's your name, whatever, and I was like, my name's Leah. I'm like, I'm not from here, and he's like, is this the only ID you got? I'm like, look, it's all I've got with me. I've got plenty of money, and I open up my purse, and I've got plenty of money to bring in your pub. I was like, I can't very well go back to bloody England now, can I, just to get an ID? I'm here now, and so the bouncer lets me in, and then the bouncers follow me around all night because they want me to, they're like, say something else, and I'm like, I don't know what else to say, I'm just here to hear some entertainment for a bit, So the band that played there was called The Kids, and the rhythm guitarist was Johnny Depp, and I used to hang out with, the band when they were there. I'd go up and see them, and I took a couple of walks a few times and just hung out and talked to Johnny. He was really a super, super sweet person. But the whole time, mind you, I'm in this bar, the bouncers now are paying attention to me, so I have to stay with the English accent. So, for, I don't know, however long, a year in time passed, me going to the bar, the English girl, and, and Johnny Depp he had just gotten his first movie. I think it was Friday the 13th was the first movie that he got into. He'd moved to California, and a few years after that, I saw him at this other club. I used to write for a local music magazine, and I saw him at this other club, and I walk up to him, and this is probably a good few years down the road now, and I'm like, hi Johnny, I'm like, how are you, man? I was like, you look great, good to see you. And he looked at me like, I know you, but I don't know, do I know you? And I was like, and then I'm like, oh my god, I never told him that I wasn't English, I just kept it going, because it was easier, just instead of having to explain to everybody, well, yeah, I'm 17, fake ID, blah blah blah, and then I thought it was really funny because America, we have the social security numbers, and I don't think that, it's the same in Europe. And the bouncer, when the first time that I did come in, he was like, what's your social security number? Because it was printed on that flea market ID, and I'm thinking, damn, my friend wrote the number down for me. I don't even know what number they wrote. I'm like, did they mix their phone number in with something? And I managed to somehow remember it. But yeah, so I talked like this for a long time. When I was very little, I grew up watching Monty Python and Is There a Doctor in the House and such, So, here we go. Cheers, love. Yeah, cheers. Alright, anyway, now I gotta come up with number 5. So, let me think. I don't know. Alright, fact number 5. Ow. Fact number 5.